Hello, my name is Brian Standridge, and I'm going to teach you how to use properly SharkCAD Pro version 10. The first thing I want to teach you is what you need to do before you start using the program. There's something that you have to get settled in the very beginning, and that is go to your preferences, and here in preferences you go to filing, auto save on. It will be turned off. You can do it save after so many commands or save after so many minutes. I usually do save after 10 or 20 minutes. 15 every quarter of an hour seems to be pretty good. Click apply, and this is very important because SharkCAD is a lot like the versions of AutoCAD I've been in, and it glitches out every now and then. It just crashes on you, so you want that auto save function to be able to recover that file where it last saved before it crashed. Okay, now that we've done that, we can focus on getting our buttons up. And you're probably wondering, because when you load SharkCAD, it only has this left-hand ribbon. It doesn't have anything else. So what you do to get things on the screen is you just drag, you click, hold, and drag out. And then to make it vertical, you right click, flip vertical, and then you can paste that because it'll auto connect to these others. And I'll get this one, I'll drag it out, right click, flip vertical, paste it, and then one more, I'll do the camera, that's render, flip vertical, and we'll paste that one right there. So you just do that with all of these, every one that you want. These, to me, if you see what's on my screen, these are the ones that are typically used the most. The others I can go over here and, grab, because I don't hardly ever use these. And then you'll also want to go to Windows, and then the navigator. That's this thing down here. And your snaps. That's where your lines will snap to middle, end, center point of objects. You'll want your Concept Explorer, and you're going to want your inspector. This one's very important. This one, basically, whatever the object is that you're working on, all of its properties will show up here. From dimensions to lines to circles, it'll show up here, and you can fine-tune what it is. And of course your Concept Explorer is going to show you your layers. That's very important because in AutoCAD you work basically with layers. And I'll show you the power of this program. There it is. It just had to pop back up. But anyway, you use this one to put materials on the actual parts once you get a 3D object. We'll do that real quick. So what we're going to do, okay, this is called work plane, and the work plane right now is top. If you show the grid, it'll actually show you the grid, so if we bend the work plane around, we know where we're drawing. Because you got to keep in mind, the Z plane you're drawing on is that grid right there. Anything that is in the background or anything that is in the foreground you can't draw on, because it's going to always try to go back to that grid. You can move that plane around, and we'll show you how to do that later on, but we do View, Top to line ourselves back up, and now we just click on the line button, and we can match the grid if we want to. We don't have to. It's auto matching it. If I turn the grid off, there's nothing to match. So I can draw a line, and you can notice it shows auto vertical. That is this align XYZ. If you turn that off, it's doing perpendicular now. It's doing perpendicular, and I don't know what it gets that from, but it automatically chooses perpendicular. But when you do XYZ, you'll see it'll do perpendicular, but it's here. Let me do one of them here. See, along Y, along X. So we click the end of this and we go over here, and it will, if we pick that endpoint and come back down, it'll line that up, and now we can just connect these two. And this arrow button is your basic enter button. It like gets you out of the last command you were in and puts you back onto the screen where you can hold if you hold your middle mouse button down, you can move in 3D space. You can actually do an orbit. Middle mouse button, hold it down, and then to zoom in, middle mouse button up. To zoom out, middle mouse button, scroll down. And to make a 3D object, you just pick extrude solid, this one here, and I drug that one off of this one here, and it was that easy. Just drag it off and then place it. And once you do it, right here's the blue distance, that's where you pick your distance, so we'll do 0.25 of an inch, 0.25, and then we highlight all 4 objects. And now we click this button again to enter that out, and now we got a 3D object. And if you'll go down here on this little shaded box, that will shade it for you. Now there's something I need to teach you. This is very important. That sketch we had, it is basically connected to this box. So if I were to click that sketch and drag that line down, the box moves. Let's go back here. We're not picking the box, we're actually picking that line that created this box, and we're dragging it. So, and I'm making a box down and to the right. That grabs one line or whatever you're hovering around. Up into the left or down into the left, it tries to grab everything that goes across. So down into the right or up and to the right only grabs one line, and then you can grab these handles, and this is the gripper. That is your gripper. You can turn that off, which I don't know why you would want to turn it off. It's so functional. So now we've got this. I'll show you the power of rendering with this program. We can put, just for the heck of it, we'll just grab this, hold, drag it onto that 3D object. Now, here's what I want to teach before I teach you rendering. If you want, you can click this 3D object and you can go up here to edit and you can say remove links. That will remove the links to those lines that you had created previously. Maybe you want to use them for something else. Maybe you want to draw upon them to make a box outside of them somewhere. So you click remove links and then click yes here. Now when I drag that line and move it, it doesn't affect the box anymore. In fact, I can delete it and it doesn't matter. It'll delete. Now if you were to try to delete that before removing the links, it'll ask you, hey, this is connected to something else, do you want to remove these links? And you just say yes. So now that we've done that, we just click on the camera here, but let's zoom up first, get it at a different angle, and we can tell it perspective. In fact, let's do view, new view, and let's tell it we want it to be a 30mm lens, and we'll just call it view V1. Click apply, click OK. Now it's view use V1. Now we're in that view, and now we can click the camera button, and there you go. And we can add a light if we want to. Just add a light, and I don't know kind of where that light is as far as, yeah, it's here. This is where this comes in handy. You click that and the gripper comes on, you grab hold of this, and now you can just rotate down, and now we can move it up, move it over, move it back, and just get it where it'll go right over that part. There we go. Now let's go to view, and then view 1, and then let's render it one more time. And to render, I'm clicking the camera and I'm clicking one time on the white part of the background. So now as you can see, there's a shaded edge over here, kind of a shaded edge over there, and the light is coming toward us. So that gives you a basic rundown of the program. I'm going to keep making more videos. This is my first one. Again, my name is Brian Standridge. You can hire me on UpWork.com, on Freelancer.com. I'll put the links in the description below, and I'll link the things I use, and I'll link the software. That way you guys can easily find it. And you don't have to have SharkCAD. You could always buy the lower versions of ViaCAD, which are much cheaper, but at the same time they have a lot of power. This one, it's just got extra bells and whistles on it. That's why it's the price that it is. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.